What a PR disaster.
Would you know how much you're worth?
No.
You don't know?
And even if I did, that is not for public consumption because I'm not a public official and you're not a commission to which I'm supposed to declare my wealth.
For sure, but it will become a very important question as soon as you declare
if
your candidature.
If you have any reason to believe that there's something that I have done wrong, our agencies are open. You can go to DCI or any of our investigative agencies and put the information there. And I've never been, since I was born, I've never been above the law. I always, even when I was a minister, I was not above the law. I always subject myself to the law.
It's good to hear that answer, and I'm saying that it's going to be a very important question as we get closer to...
I will not hide, shark or bend from any particular question asked of me in respect of my public service and in respect of my life, and I'll be forthcoming and totally...
Former Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i has called for a public inquest into the unresolved murders in the country, including Rivayala bodies, saying he had nothing to do with the killings of 36 Kenyans whose bodies were retrieved from the river. And despite President William Ruto disbanding a DCI unit called the Special Service Unit, SSU, linked to the deaths, another unit is said to be in operation and has been linked to the recent spate of abductions and extrajudicial killings in the country. Here's Emmanuel Toll.
They remain one of the most controversial killings in Kenya, as the country was treated to weeks of shocking retrieval of mutilated bodies from Rivayala, Siaya County in 2021. To date, the murders are still unresolved.
I, William Samoei Ruto.
President William Ruto had before and after assuming power termed the deaths as state-sponsored, with the name of the former Interior CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i coming up whenever the topic is brought up.
Thanks for asking me that question.
Tuesday, the former CS, in an exclusive interview with Citizen TV, breaking his silence on the matter, giving fresh details of the events before and after the bodies were discovered dumped in the infamous river, with a DCI team dispatched to the scene.
The DCI spent some time there with a team from the DCI. When they came back, we asked for an inquest.
Matiang'i calling for an open public inquiry into the mysterious murders.
We go face the inquest, and I'm ready to go before magistrate or a judge, whoever it is going to preside over that inquest, and say what I know about it.
The former super CS in retired President Kenyatta's government also defending himself over any involvement.
What happened with the file? I didn't live with the file. The minister, by dint of even the law itself, you cannot be part and parcel of the operations. We are not saying the minister is in charge. When the bodies were traced out there last week, I didn't hear anybody saying Kipchumba Murkomen is dumping bodies at Rivayala and so on.
According to a report released by the Missing Voices organization in 2022, 12 bodies had head injuries, 2 abdominal and chest injuries, 1 drowning, 1 head and chest injury, 3 strangulation, 1 peritonitis, while 5 were undetermined. However, it is the abduction, disappearance and subsequent murder of a Kenyan taxi driver and 2 Indian nationals, Zaid Kidwain and Zulfikar Ahmed Khan, by a suspected killer squad from the DCI dubbed Special Service Unit SSU, that became the proverbial last straw that broke the camel's back. The lives of the 2 Indian nationals, who were on a mission to join President William Ruto's digital campaign team exactly 2 weeks to the August 2022 general election, ruthlessly ended. A month after taking over power, President Ruto made this pledge.
Mimi nimeamurisha juzi ivunjwe ile ilikuwa inaitwa special sijui nini ya police ambayo ilikuwa inaua wa Kenya kiholela.
4 years since the operation of the killer squad were exposed, and 2 years after a promise to end its operations, it seems the unit may have just mutated to a different one.
So Operation Support Unit is the one which replaced SSU, and it is doing exactly what SSU used to do.
The recent abduction of blogger Thiang'ui Kinyagia, who is still missing after being picked up by individuals alleged to be DCI officers, adding to the list of abductions. Emmanuel Toll, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Matiang'i previous interview on Citizen TV showed a lot of discrepancies and a lot of issues when it comes to Matiang'i as a president. This is a man who could not even answer a question regarding how much he is worth. This is a person who has stayed with this information about Rivayala killing Msado and all the other people who were killed during his tenure. And he could not address in a way that it made sense. I feel this interview was to boost his credibility as a presidential candidate, but I would call this a PR disaster. For one, if you can't tell us how much you are worth, it means your wealth cannot be explained. It means you are not sincere. And then, if you waited for 3 years and 2 years that you are the CS for Interior, silent, not talking about Rivayala, not addressing the issues of Msado and the other people who were killed during your tenure. But now, because you want us to vote for you, you come and tell us, I'm ready to testify, you need to investigate. Where are you for at least the 3 years you are out of government? The other thing is, this is a man who wrote a letter saying that Miguna is not a Kenyan citizen and deported him, ignoring court orders. Do you remember, by the way, that President Ruto never ignored any court order? But Matiang'i has ignored more than 5. This is very telling. And this is what I'm saying, that Team Munyoro and the opposition that consisting the previous crooks in government is not an actual change. If you want change, you can only vote for someone like Malanga, Omtata, Morana, or someone else who will come up. But not this rebranded crooks. I disagree. In this interview, I can say that it has destroyed Matiang'i well enough. I don't see how he can recover from this. Do you agree with me that this interview was a PR disaster or not? Let me know in the comment section. And do you feel this guy first addressed this matter with a lot of arrogance? Imagine if we even state like a local media station, a certain local media station then comes and it was frustrating. And I believe this was a PR disaster. Do you agree or disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section. I'm your host, James. Till next time.